everyone. It is Tuesday. Really, only Tuesday. How are you tonight? Welcome to Tuesday night. Tell me about your day. What are you grateful for this Tuesday night? At way more-ish than 8. Way more-ish than 8. That's what we're talking about tonight. I'm all discombobulated here tonight. How are you tonight? What is happening in your world today? What is happening in your Tuesday, the 8th of June? The 8th of June. It is hot, hot, hot. Hot, hot, hot. Oh, it is a good day to have a good day. What is happening in your world and in your day? How are you feeling tonight? It has been hot, hot, hot here. Hot, hot, hot. But a long but good day. A long but good day. Very long. It's been a very long day. That's why I was like, really? It's only Tuesday? I had to go check the calendar. It's been such a long day. But that has been the kind of day it has been. What kind of day has it been in your world? That's what I want to know. And what you're grateful for. That's how we get this program going, is knowing about you and what's grateful in your world. I am grateful that customers keep on coming on. Customers keep on coming, and that is a wonderful thing. That is a wonderful thing. I do appreciate that. Yes, I do. Facebook algorithms, not so much, but we are broadcasting tonight on both Facebook and YouTube. So if you have any problems on Facebook, you can hop right on over to YouTube. Yes, you can. We got dual streaming here. That's like double the meal. Double the meal. That's what I'm talking about. Double the meal. That's what we got going on here. And stretching Neil here tonight. Hey, Michelle, how are you? It is good to have you here. It is good to have you here tonight. Saw your post about now accepting all seasons, Michelle. All seasons. That really brings some hybrid fashion together, Michelle. Neil squared. I've been square for a long time, Michelle. Square for a long time. Hey, Adele and Dazzle, how are you? This pandemic's finally, I thought, made me cool. You know, everybody wanted to talk to me, so I thought I finally got unsquare and was finally cool. It's Ghostbusters Day. Yes, who are you gonna call? Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Don't cross the streams. Don't cross the streams. That's all I'm telling you. And in business, that has a lot of value, not crossing the streams. That's what I'm talking about. Because I'm here so late, I know I'm hitting bedtime for me. I'm hitting bedtime for me here pretty soon. Tonight in the Good Morning, Good Night book, we are on page 176 if you're following along in the book. Good morning. You're stunning, and the world is lucky to have you. We're lucky to have you. Do your best. And I'm hip to be square. Thank you, Kelly. Well, hey, you know, I want to be hip, and I want to have the moves like Jagger. My body feels like it's moving like an aging Jagger tonight. It is great to have everybody here tonight. It's been a busy day. I'm with you, Michelle. I'm with you. I got you. I know why I'm squared. That I'm not squared, but I'm squared because I'm on 2 platforms. Now, you were using math there. You got out your pink calculator. Well, it is good to have everybody here. It has been a crazy day. I've been doing a lot of things. I've been taking part in, I know a lot of you follow the Bobs of retail as well as I do. And I've been, you got Bob Phibbs, the retail doctor, and Bob Nagan of whizbang training are the two Bobs of retail, as I like to call them. Their fundamentals are the same, and the fundamentals are a lot of what I talk about anyways, but their styles are different. Their styles are a little different, and I get something from both of them, and they both bring plenty to the table. I've been participating in whizbang trainings, virtual retail success summit the last couple of days, which has been really great. And it's been really great to interact with retailers across the spectrum, from pet food stores to yarn shops and quilting shops, and just all sorts of different gift shops and different things. Yes, their styles are way different. I can work with most people, but their styles are way different. And you are 100% right, Michelle. Their styles are very different. But the underlying principles are the same. I mean, it's the same underlying principles that I talk about all the time, as well. And my styles is different yet again from the two of them. But it has been good stuff. Participating in the whizbang, their virtual summit. They normally have a summit either just before NARTS in June or right after it, depending on the year. Next year it's NARTS doesn't have one scheduled yet, but from the normal NARTS weekend, I think it's the middle of June next year is when whizbangs is. Thank you, Michelle. Hey, Jennifer, great to have you here. I know you're in my inbox. You're on my tomorrow list. It is always good to interact with other businesses. Like I say all the time, the widget doesn't matter. I know I've pigeonholed myself as the numbers guy of resale, but having consulted across industries for such a long time, ultimately everybody thinks their widget is special, but it's all the same things. It really is, but it's just important to approach it with an open mind. And so I've been taking pages and pages of notes, and I'll be bringing that to you guys in the coming weeks. I'll be breaking that down in the coming weeks. One of the things that I'm going to get into on the sooner side is staffing and hiring. There's some really progressive and interesting when you really break it down theories on that, and it is going to be a vibrant discussion when we get into it, because I think I'm really excited about some of the staffing things, and having done this for so long, and I even think back to my father's pharmacy with this as well, with hiring and firing and such, and developing teams that, what sounds progressive is really ends out being, V8 moments to an extent. And things that you have to look at and say, wow, that's not the way I think about it. But am I really doing it any better doing it the other way? So, I'm excited about it. So it has been a lot of exciting things, and we're gonna dive into that in the coming days and weeks, actually, because there's a lot to dive into. and you don't want to dive into all of it all at once. So, I mean, part of it in talking to others today is a real overload. I mean, it's like that with anything. Anytime you have new information, you have that overload. It's coming at you with a fire hose. You look at that fire hose out there, and you have to digest it. You have to bite size it. You have to turn it around a little bit. So one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight, because I don't have a big list today, because I've been going constant. I've been at it since 4 a.m. this morning, so it has been a long day. Is the small business report today that came out today from the National Federation of Independent Businesses, NFIB, of which we are an advocate for. They have been a great partner to us throughout this pandemic and beyond, and before and beyond, which is great. I mean, they are a phenomenal organization. They're primarily a lobbying group. I'd say sleep is for the Neil that comes in second. Michelle, hey Kitty, how are you today? When I stop, Michelle, I stop. When I stop, I stop. It's all over. That's why you try to get, even when I come home, it's like, you want to sit down, do you want to do? And it's like, once I sit, then it's all over. So you better just keep me moving. Point and keep me in moving on what's next, and I'm fine. But once I stop, it's all over. But an interesting, report from NFIB today, and this is a survey that they have done for some 40 years. They have been doing this, and there is and I don't want to misquote it entirely, so don't hold me to the exact figure or the exact timeline, but there is huge pressure to raise prices right now, and there is huge pressure on businesses to raise prices, which means you probably should have already been raising prices, and that is the key thing, and it is the highest on record for this, of businesses saying they are going to raise prices. This isn't a big surprise, okay? In the whole scheme of things, just the freight to get a item in is costing, exponentially more than it did a year ago. Ocean freight is about 3 to 4 times, at least, if you can even get your product on a freight on a ship, is costing more. That is coming down to the product. There's only so many other places to absorb it. You have increased wages. You have the cost of shipping. Prices are going up, and there's the talk of whether this is going to be sustained inflation or whether this is just going to peter out or anything. But the real result is that the costs of doing business are higher all the way through. Your cost of Clorox wipes are higher than they were 18 months ago. Your cost of spoons, if you buy plastic spoons for your break room, cost more. Everything costs more. Your plastic hangers cost more for your clothing stores. Everything you're doing is costing more. Gas prices are headed to the highest they've been in a couple of years. So the costs of everything you do in business are higher. And now is the time to be taking that into consideration. Okay, if 40% of businesses have in the survey, which is the highest ever, said that they will be raising prices in the near term for their goods or services, it is time to be inching up your pricing, is what that survey says. So now is the time to be looking at that. Part of that will happen naturally because of consumer demand, and we're going to get into inventory. Remember, I promised you a real deep dive into inventory this month in June. I promised you a deep dive of inventory in June. Part of that will be selling more at full price. Okay, so part of that price increase will happen through selling more inventory at full price. But even that full price inventory, there is room, there is elasticity, there is room to get a little bit more for than what your full price was 18 months ago. And that is the underlying thing that is trickling throughout the economy. And you're seeing it. You're seeing it if you go and order an item, or you go to the grocery store, or you're getting gas in your car. You're seeing these things cost more. So people are accepting of it right now. And there's been pressure to do that for a long time. And at the same time, people want higher wages. Retail gets bashed for having low wages. The restaurant industry, the service sector, where all these jobs haven't come back, and not all of them are going to come back because people are becoming more efficient. Okay. But the people you do have, you are paying more to. I know I am paying more to my people than I was a while ago. Payroll is definitely, I think, I haven't opened the envelope here, but I'm guessing. Hang on a second. I have the envelope. Let me Karnak this. Hang on a second. It's on my desk. Here is payroll for this 2-week period. I am fairly certain this is going to be my largest payroll ever. And Karnak, open, I predict, highest payroll ever. Survey says if it isn't, it's darn close. If it's not the highest, I thought it was going to move another digit, and or it was going to hit another. The second digit was going to be another increment up. But it's really close to that. So I'd have to look to see if that is not our biggest payroll ever. It is very, very close to it. But payroll is getting more expensive. So, but part of that is getting better people, making them more efficient in what they're doing. So, yeah, things need to work their way up. And we're going to talk about that as we work through inventory. But the NFIB survey today that came out today, and that it is not a new survey. It is one they have been doing for decades. They have been doing this survey. And NFIB is a great organization. They lobby for independent businesses regularly. They have been, they've just been fabulous. It was funny. I think they had a new salesman in our area who didn't know us because of our corporate name. We're registered with NFIB under the corporate name. And he came into the store and tried to sell NFIB, and I just happened to be walking through and got picked out as the guy. And I'm like, no, we're members. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, no, I've got who do you want to talk to at NFIB? I got your boss. I got 5 other people. I have their cell phones. I have it right here. I'm like, you want to talk to people in DC? You want to talk? I'm like, really, we're members. That's, that is a wake-up call, because if 40% of businesses are saying they're doing it, 100% are darn close to that should be, that are participating in the survey, or the other 60% already have, is really what that's saying. So it's probably, if 40% are saying they're going to, probably another 20% already have, and the other 40% should be doing it. That's probably the real breakout of it. But it is something that we need to look at seriously, especially as we look at inventory and sell-through. So, we need to work on those two things, and we are definitely coming back to that because you have to know. You have to, you still have to be profitable. Yes, there is only so much somebody's going to pay for an Under Armour shirt before they go looking for it for someplace else. But there is less, the price sensitivity isn't there in the way that it was. So, and, you know, I've got a lot of different anecdotes on the different inventory, you know, and what mixing we should be doing as you also omni-channel it. So we're going to talk a lot about that in the coming weeks, and this NFIB survey just brings it to the forefront. But we have to be working inventory as we get ready to make this the best fall ever, while also making the best J months ever, the best J months ever. So we're going to do a little bit of both of that in the coming days here as we continue to work forward. But that is what's coming up. That's what I've been working on. That's what's been going crazy on my desk and on my phones, but I'm going to try to catch up over the next couple of days here. I know my desk looks messy right now. I need a side cam over there so you can see what it looks like, but it's not a pretty sight right now. But we'll get through that too. That's what we do here. We get through it all. We get through it all. And June is not a 4-letter word. That's what I'm saying, people. That is what I am saying. I didn't give you our quote from Simon tonight. Our quote from Simon tonight is, when in doubt, be yourself. When in doubt, be yourself. That is a great quote. And when in doubt, you know, everything I talk about goes over to narts.org/resale strong, where everyone is awesome. Narts.org/resale strong is where you find everything that I talk about. All the files, links, and references that I make, and a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and yes, ring that bell. Ring that bell so you know when a new one drops. Well, I like a nice, neat, organized desk, and I like it together. I don't have the time at it that I would like lately, but I'm working on that because it is a matter of, and we're going to talk about that in hiring when we get into it. I'm going to dig into a little bit of hiring. You can also share narts.org/resale strong with everybody you know in business. The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. We're going to help everybody make it to the other side because everyone is awesome. I am here every night at more 8 than ish live in the Narts private Facebook group. But if you have a question in between, you can just email me, Neil. NEIL@ECIstores.com, NEIL@ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. That's where we start it. If you were not here at the top of the program, our Good Morning tonight is on page 176. Good morning. You're stunning, and the world is lucky to have you. We are lucky to have you. Do your best. Our good night tonight is good night. You're stunning, and the world is lucky to have you. We're lucky to have you. Get some rest. There's your graphics, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even. We will party again. We will party in person. And when we do, I'm going to be there with you. But until then, and until tomorrow night at more 8 than ish, know that you, and you, but most importantly you, yes you, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. It's time for dessert.